All right, so let's dive into the heart of President Trump's decision to reinstate the Keystone XL Pipeline. This project, originally approved during Trump's first term, has been framed as a big step toward U.S. energy independence, reducing the reliance on foreign oil imports, particularly from politically unstable regions. We're talking about transporting a whopping 830,000 barrels of crude oil daily from Canada to U.S. refineries.
Yeah, and that's what I call mission critical, you know? Depending less on foreign players means more control over our own assets. It's like having logistics supplies in combat. Keeps you from putting boots on the ground where you don't need to.
Exactly, Duke. Now, beyond energy independence, the administration also sees this as a potential economic booster. The construction phase alone could create thousands of temporary jobs, not to mention the knock-on effects on local economies. These communities, particularly those near the route, could see a real injection of activity.
Hold up, though. Temporary's the key word here, right? After construction's done, what are we looking at? 50 permanent jobs? That doesn't exactly scream long-term benefits, does it?
That's a good point. The majority of those jobs vanish once the pipeline is operational. Critics argue that while the pipeline modernizes our energy infrastructure, it's not really solving the employment issue in any substantial way.
And yet, you've got folks saying this is how you reboot energy infrastructure. I mean, updated pipelines mean safer transport, lower costs, and maybe even reduced fuel prices. That could really change the game for, everyday Americans filling up at the pump.
True, and there's definitely value in reducing transportation costs for crude oil. But the larger question remains, are these short-term wins just a patch job, or are they setting us up for sustainable growth? It's
a tactical move, Chukwuka. That's what it is. Doesn't solve every problem, but it's a step in getting us energy secure, which is priority one.
And it's a compelling argument, no doubt. But, it's also a double-edged sword when you factor in all the critiques. Major infrastructure changes often are.
Chukwuka, this whole conversation about energy independence brings me to Canada. Strengthening our ties with them? That's just smart strategy. It's like backing up your logistics with an ally you trust, reliable, dependable, and working toward the same goals.
Absolutely, Duke. And by bolstering that relationship, you're enhancing energy security across the board. Canada is one of our most dependable partners, and having this pipeline operational would cement that alliance further. But it's not just about trust. It's about navigating the big picture, too.
Big picture? What, like global energy chess? I mean, it's not rocket science. Bring in stable energy supply from a next-door neighbor, rather than dealing with, nations that might have questionable motives. Stability's the name of the game.
It's also why the legal and environmental hurdles are so significant, Duke. Critics argue this isn't just about securing energy. It's about the environmental cost tied to tar sands oil, which many see as one of the dirtiest forms of fossil fuel. The optics of that resonate globally.
Yeah, optics. But let me tell you, the battlefield doesn't care about optics. It cares about results. You can't rely on renewables alone for the heavy lifting. This pipeline's a move to keep America strong, while the tech catches up for greener options.
Fair, but with President Biden halting the project in 2021, and now President Trump pushing to revive it, we're seeing energy policy becoming even more polarized. This isn't just economics. It's a debate that's splitting voters along party lines.
Well, yeah, you've got one camp saying jobs, security, independence, and the other screaming climate change, environmental disaster. It's like a shouting match that just proves nobody's listening to the other side.
True enough. And the international stakes only amplify it. Foreign countries are watching how the U.S. navigates energy. What message does it send when our policies flip every few years?
It sends the message that America's trying to find its footing in a battlefield full of shifting alliances. But hey, at the end of the day, mission success isn't about appeasing everyone. It's about making the move that gets us closer to winning.
And that's the crux of it. The Keystone XL Pipeline represents a microcosm of a larger struggle, balancing economic growth, environmental responsibility, and geopolitical strategy. It's a conversation we'll be having for a long time in one form or another.
And on that note, Chukwuka, we've covered the brass tacks. Ain't no easy answers, but it's been a solid talk.
Agreed, Duke. And that's all for today on this Keystone XL Deep Dive. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, folks.